Ladies and gentlemen, this absolute rad stream of Jake the Alright, supported by Martin Falkman, CEO of New Caloric Agriculture. Enjoy watching this stream, and don't forget to follow. See you Starside. Praise the Fork.
Undefined. Asahi, how's it going? Seb, we're so back. We're so back. Is that what's going on? I just saw your message, Undefined. I don't know. That dang old Sapphire bot in the Discord, man. Doesn't work. I can't even get signed into it. Cracky. How's it going, everyone? I hope you're doing well. You know what we need? A little bit of audio. That would be good. Heather, how's it going? Mod valuation. I hope everyone's doing well. Little meat boy, nice. Do a manual notification. Oh, we could. Hold on, maybe I can do it this way. How's everyone's night going? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna, before tomorrow when shit gets crazy, I'm gonna do some solo nothing runs. Just see if I can get an exfil maybe. Maybe even just that. All right, here. All right. We'll see if that works. I'm just going to write... Oh, I just sent it. Didn't even... All right. That works. Well, fat fingered the enter button there. It works out. We ball. Art Style Marathon video yesterday. Very glad I discovered your channel. Thank you so much. I worked on that with Michael Veslovsky. He's in here a lot of times, so if you see him, that's all him. Jake, question for you. What are your thoughts on Bungie not doubling down on the secrets story being the biggest selling point for the game? Interesting. Not doubling down on it. Here's my perspective. My perspective is that this game has, from my point of view, has narrative at the forefront more than any other extraction game on the market. Now, Tarkov, you could make the argument that there's a larger overall story because there's more direct quests and missions that you go through, but even that experience is very limited and most people don't engage with it. This is a universe that has not only the original games, which I'm not even fully relying on that, I think, to make that argument, but also thousands of written text that's directly telling a narrative over this century time period that isn't really even touched on in the original. So not doubling down on it. I think that people really connected with the ARG and the fact that it was this kind of coded puzzle game and learning tidbits about the narrative, and that really pulled a lot of people in. So I do think they should focus on that more. For example, the cinematic should have been not just some extra thing thrown on at the end that nobody talks about. I think Julia Nardin should have been on the couch. She's the narrative director. I think those things would be beneficial because I think that's a component that I think that's the component that the largest group of people are connecting with. But also I do understand that they're trying to make a very gameplay oriented game, and I think for the extraction genre in general, they're going to want to show like we have a core experience that's going to be engaging over a long period of time. So I understand them wanting to present that. I also think it would have contextually worked better if they were presenting that idea with the closed alpha that they were going to run. But obviously there was external pressure and factors that were kind of, I would argue, secondary to Bungie and what they're trying to do that made them make the decision to make it public, which I think was ultimately good. But like I said earlier, or a few days ago, I think that because they pushed it to be open, it should have been shorter, and they should have been very clear about kind of what they were offering. Let's snooze that again. Even within the creator Q&A that was there, it's like, look at the numbers right now on Twitch. There's not a lot of people streaming it. Well, they extended it for 2 days. Now it's going to be what, a 2-week closed alpha, and they're giving us a small section of the game that has 0 in-game and half of the factions with not even the entirety of the contracts that we're going to get in one season. So I think it's kind of a disservice to what people expect the totality of the game to be, because even in that creator Q&A, that's what I was going to say, even in that creator Q&A, I saw a lot of people saying questions like, well, I'm already at level whatever, we've already done everything, there's no in-game. It's like, well, there's, there's no in-game. That's not what they're testing. So I think Should they have put more of a focus in the presentation of the narrative? Yes. I think that they were thinking that the ARG was going to be the primary experience that most people got from this reveal, which would have been the case if the ARG led into a closed alpha, especially considering that they let so few people in, it seems. I mean, you look at Arc Raiders, probably has, maybe 100,000 people in the game, right, at this point? And I think with Marathon, it's, I mean, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000 maybe total across Steam and consoles. That's my perspective on it. I do think that I would like to see more focus on the narrative stuff. But aside from all of that, I was here yapping for 2 hours about the story. There's a lot of really great story stuff. It's just difficult for people to digest it. Sorry, that was a huge tangent. They actually extended for 2 days. That's a rumor. Yes, they did. It's going to the 6th now. Cry, how's it going? Ready for tomorrow when all faction, yep, all hell breaks loose tomorrow. JF, how's it going? Have you played any other Extraction beyond Marathon? Yes, played Hunt, Tarkov, Level 0, DMZ, Forever Winner. What's the Delta Force 1? Very little. Delta Force Arc. Yeah, I played Arc as well. How's it going, game? Slaber, Boundless, how's it going? Don't usually read any collectible text in games, so I might have to make an exception on Marathon. Absolutely. There's a lot of good little tidbits in here. I think more so in the mainstream marketing of the game. Yeah, so with that specifically said, I think, they should have. I think going forward, maybe they'll identify that the most positive thing out of this whole situation was. Thank you so much, Mowgli. I appreciate that. The most positive thing out of the whole reveal was the ARG, and I think that they should take that to heart and recognize like one of the strong suits that Bungie has is building worlds, and they are building a huge world here, and I think they need to put that in front of people in a more digestible format. Saw 18,000 players total. Okay, interesting. The in-game is having fun. Exactly. How's it going, Elster? Hope you're doing well. Arc is on a much more polished version of their test, so more like a bit. Arc had a playtest, nearly 9 months ago, 10 months ago or something different. In terms of gameplay, how did Arc feel versus Marathon? Entirely different experiences, Sitch, in my opinion. I think Marathon is a much more FPS, well, this is kind of like bland to say, because FPS versus third person, it's much more gameplay oriented in Marathon. Like, we're talking about the tactical, technical, moment-to-moment decisions, whereas in Arc, I feel like, and I've really enjoyed Arc. I really have had a good time playing it. Arc is more of like a silly story time kind of game where you're going on these runs and you're experiencing the world, right? I've never in Arc felt like too like forced down a lane of PvP or forced down a lane of fighting the bots. I think there's a lot of options for you. There is difficulty there, and there is combat, but even in the PvP stuff, I feel like a lot of the time you have the ability to just run away entirely. Elster, thank you for the bits as always. Yes. You know what time stuff unlocks? I do. I believe it's 8 a.m. PST on. Hold on, guys. I actually have like a message, I believe, in the Marathon Creator Discord that will give me the exact times. Okay. Thank you so much, Knowledge. That Aussie knowledge. I appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like 8 a.m. Pacific time on May 5th. They will have all the faction unlocks, and then 8 a.m. Pacific time on May 6th is when every match will have an incursion in it. Elster, nice. The hearts rain on me. Let's honor that. Mod, how's it going? I wonder if they're going to try to do anything else lore-based in the community focus as we wait for the beta. It's a good question. I don't know if there'll be additional ARG stuff, but really, guys, like the way that my focus and the thing that I really connect with about this universe, aside from like my personal preference towards, oh, by the way, we're doing solo, nothing runs, just we're only getting what we collect, and we're going to see how that goes, if we can even survive one. My preference is on the narrative of this world that they're building. I obviously I yap a lot about that and try to analyze it and draw connections and think about it, and there's a ton of depth there. I do think that they're going to center a lot of stuff going forward on that, but I think Bungie plays their cards very close to their chest, especially when it comes to their narrative. So I think as we get closer to launch, we'll see more stuff. I don't know if they'll do another ARG like in the same way that they did the 2023 or the 2025 one, but I do think that there's going to be EFL. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna do some solo 0 to 0. That's what we're calling it, because I'm probably never gonna be a hero. But I do think once the game is here and they're able to kind of tell this season to season narrative, that's going to be a very prevalent and in people's faces, and hopefully I can kind of help facilitate that understanding. Maybe hold people over to the beta and launch. They'll do more ARG stuff. That could be cool. Yeah, for sure need more like narrative trailers, kind of like COD versus Helldivers. That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's like it's obviously like different, but a fair parallel. For me, Arc Raiders is most like forever winner, but obviously plays way better. Want to delve into the whole conglomerate turmoil in Marathon. I do want to see the alien races cause trouble. I do want to see these shells trading close to rampancy, trying to figure out their past. Yeah, and in game, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff like that. Genuinely can't wait to play this. Here, I'm going to turn crew fill off. We're going nothing. We'll see what happens. Can't wait to play this game. As someone who hasn't ever played any extraction shooters, looks like the perfect game to get into the genre. I do think that the things that I think are weak in Arc Raiders in a lot of ways, I think are very strong in Marathon. But like I said, not to say, I really enjoyed my time with Arc Raiders. I've had a lot of silly fun with it. I think it's a great game. But I think in terms of like literal structure, looking at it as like a board game almost, like do the pieces match up, is the balance, this kind of thing. I think there's a lot more depth to Marathon systems. With that being said, the caveat there is that not everybody is going to connect with, 1, an extraction shooter, 2, primary focus on team play, 3, class or hero based system. So kind of relevant. Also, the loot I think is much stronger in Marathon as opposed to Arc Raiders, but Arc Raiders has a lot more systems. So Bungie excels at co-op narrative experience. Hone in. Important about Arc Raiders, wouldn't surprise me if they shadow drop it like they did the finals. Good point, Cry. I've heard some other people talk about that. Some content creator, oh wait, I may miss that. Some content creator apparently slipped on stream a few days and said, I don't even know why I'm grinding Arc Raiders. It's out in a month. Oh, interesting. Brewery needs some more tunnels. Some of the coolest areas are all underground. I know. A lot of great tunnel areas. I do think we've talked about it on stream. I think Marathon will benefit from a solos map, stuff like this. I think the other thing that Bungie has been doing really well, I think, is taking feedback. I can't speak to everything. I only played one version of the game prior to the alpha in February, March, something like this. I don't think it was March. Maybe it was February. But I only played one version, right? But the differences between that version and this version felt very much so tied to the type of feedback I saw other creators giving. And then everything I've heard from other creators is saying that, who have been playing it for longer, say that it has changed very much so in line with... okay, I'm going to try to go to this building since we're alone and scared. But I've heard a lot of content creators say that it has changed very much in line with the feedback that they've gotten. Roxy, how's it going? Joku, hi. The runs the other day went well, yeah. It's the name of the game. It happens. Arc Raiders Marathon feels like Warframe Destiny. Same game, completely different games. That's very good point. I also think Arc Raiders probably did what they did very intentionally, which I think is probably like a smart move on their part. Maybe I can get this guy's gun. Okay, nope. Don't shoot me. Oh. Okay, holding. Ah! Oh my god, we can't die to bots immediately. They're also going to be making the bots tougher, I think, as well, as something that they're doing on the 6th. Okay, he's just shooting at me. Okay, I'm chilling. Let's give it a second. Somewhere health pack, see if I can... Because I don't think he dropped a gun, did he? Soul's map is probably the more realistic solution instead of having to rebalance the whole game. Yeah, exactly. Arc Raiders in terms of loot doesn't interest me in the slightest compared to Marathon. Yeah, a lot of people have a a lot of people have said that in the comments here on Twitch as well while I've been playing. I do think it's also a consequence of like there's so much depth to the crafting system that it's like even just trying to figure out. Okay, players at station. Oh shit. Even just trying to figure out what you need is kind of different. Obviously, there's marking and stuff you can do, and I'm sure that comes just with game knowledge, but just very, very different experiences, I think, that they're offering. Which is good for the overall extraction place. And ultimately, I think, in the end, that'll probably be very good for Marathon, because Marathon is going to offer an experience that isn't on the market in the same way. Kind of a thrill when you go in with nothing, because nothing to lose. Exactly, right? Arc started development around the same time, but they managed to polish a lot more in test in time. I think it's definitely Arc's playtest is a way, like the textures that they're using, everything is much more finished. I'm sure, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure the size is much larger. But once again, this was supposed to be a closed alpha, and I know for a fact that Bungie has assets that are much farther along than anything that we're getting a glimpse at here. I just think that from the core of what each team was trying to make, it's just such a different game that I don't know if like comparing their visual presentation is super relevant. No, Marathon's core gameplay elements went through overhaul during management changes, so I kind of hurt them. To be honest with you, okay, so I've heard people say that. I've been talking and looking into Marathon for, you know, a while now. I don't know if that's true. Listen, this is my perspective, is that all of the characters that we are seeing now have concept art that was featured in the VOD in 2023. So even this idea that they weren't kind of going in this direction necessarily when Christopher Barrett was there. I mean, I know there were changes, like for example, they used to have persistent maps. They used to trying to be kind of implement like that community solving some goal unlocks a map or a location on a map, and things were like constantly going. So the structure of the game was different, yes, but I think a lot of the core assets and themes and the way that the game work are probably way more similar than most people are expecting. And I'm willing to bet that probably like a lot of the designs of the maps and the locations and obviously the narrative stuff is pretty similar to stuff they've been working on for a considerable amount of time.
Warning, reinforcements
Nice.
detected.
Oh my god, someone opened this and left everything? Bully? Okay, hold on. We're cooking now? We're cooking hard? Hearing a lot of crazy bot stuff. Take that.
Recall window will remain
Oh my
stable for
fucking
20
god.
minutes.
Okay, you guys just hang out back there, I guess. Knife is OP. I love a good knife fight in Marathon. I get down to that. How much of a bummer would that be? Do you see that? There's a crazy weird red light over there. Not from the art POV, but think about not seeing some shells. I know they did start from core extraction shooter aspects. Open the door, no balls. That's Kim Nade would have gone crazy. All right, Heather. All right. Oh shit, we got one. All right. Just when I thought I was out. Hey, can't test that graphics will be a bump in this game. This is just under 10 gigs. Yeah, exactly. And we've talked about that as well. Knife to a gunfight. How crazy. All right, let's see if these assholes are still hanging out here. Oh! All right. Here we go. Ah! All right, Heather was right. Heather was right. It went pretty crazy. POV, you're an employee at a mall on Black Friday. Unfortunate. The fact this game is under 60 is still crazy. I know. Also, I feel like people, like the kind of big thing is like about the fourth map, the marathon map. How's it going, GB? D Vance, how's it going? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, well, a lot of people are talking about the marathon map. Like, that's going to be the thing that differentiates it. In terms of like, oh, it's going to stick out, and it's going to be like a puzzle map and raid mechanics and high-end stuff. And I get that perspective because the way that I've heard Scaro talk about it, the way that I've heard other content creators talk about it, that's what it seems like to me. But to be entirely honest with you, like, I don't think that that's going to be the big thing that people think it's going to be. I don't think that I don't know. I've never played it. I've never seen it. I know purely what you guys know about it. Like I said, the playtest that I was in, really? Right there? Come on now. Playtest that I was in only had these two maps in it that we got to play during this alpha. But I think that the thing that's going to make it stand out is the core of what the experience is. That it is, you know, a Bungie FPS with these kinds of mechanics. Dialing in. Bog on my dog. This guy's killed me a few times. Got those perp shields. Okay, easy day. We kind of got some good loot here. Okay, he's going a little crazy here. Scale and verticality in this though. Seeing Arc, I just experienced their universe a lot more than I did in this alpha. What do you mean? Verticality? You mean like you want the levels to be bigger? Ooh, I see you. Oh my god. Please don't kill me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. If I don't move, they cannot see me.
UESC reinforcements have responded to the signal.
If I don't move, they cannot see me, and I am completely safe. This is how you do it. This is how you survive.
15 signal loss.
Fourth map is just full port of Marathon 1 with old graphics and all. That would be very funny.
Prepare for increased
This is a gameplay
hostile
server
action.
test. Arc is already embedded. Good point. But yeah, I do think the other maps are going to add in a lot of different stuff to the game. But I really think like Perimeter and Dire Marsh are very strong maps. I honestly personally prefer Perimeter more, but I think Dire Marsh is also very good. I think the way that they design the maps to kind of force people into confrontations while also giving them time to respond tactically in combination with the time to kill creates a lot of very good tactical decisions. Like there have been a lot of moments that I've had with teams and solo and crew fill, all the same, where it's like, okay, we're in this location, we're hearing shots here, and we don't feel like we're going to get jumped on too quickly or we're getting like downed in one hit. It feels like we can respond to things. Not necessarily bigger, but the maps had depth in them, lots of open room, and then lots of tall buildings to get a sense of scale, and then some underground just helped me immerse in the game a lot more. I get that. And you know, I do think the scale and stuff that's kind of what I feel from Forever Winter. What I would say is like, this might be a preference thing for me where it's like Breath of the Wild versus like Super Mario, right? Or Super Mario Odyssey, where it's like, I personally feel like if I don't move, will they just leave me alone? If I don't move, will they just leave me alone? Where I personally feel like Breath of the Wild, way bigger, way larger, super grandiose. You're inside of a world. But to me, it just feels like a lot of it is very bare and empty. And there are things to do and you can make your own fun. It's kind of like a sandbox in that way. Whereas with like Mario Odyssey. Maybe this is a bad example, but personally, I felt like
Reinforcements have
it was
responded to the
denser,
signal.
but every corner felt like it had more stuff to engage with. Okay, I don't want to get fucked by UESC. Do these guys see me? Are they running at me right now? Tao said he has a lot to explore. I want to see the scale of transition it went through. Same way the cinematic showed us. Okay, I see different time periods. I think there's obviously a lot of potential for that with the with the time stuff that they're... Oh, shit. Okay, okay. I mean, I kind of... It's like, I go for this kill, but it's like... If he's a team, I'm kind of boned, right? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, and a sniper just saw me. That's okay, that's okay. I have a perfect plan. Oh my god, the fucking bots. No. Oh my god. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Easy day.
A hostile unit is calling
Just check Bog stream. They showed up, can't find you, and left. Oh no, is that who it was? That's funny. Joker, I missed your chat here. Let me see. What if he alt F4 as they said that on Bog stream? Must have been the wind. Sorry, Joker. Okay, just getting through the 2023 VOD again. Some of the concept art for the runners then is somewhat similar to some of the runners we have. The most similar one, codenamed Thief's Face. No, they got Thief's Face, we got Glitch's Face, we have Locust's armor. Void, I think's legs. Also, the Void with the Inves and the ability is also on there. Concepts in there though that look nothing like any of the runners. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different concept art. Also, the original, you know, the UESC runner and stuff looks way different as well. Okay, hold on, sorry. Tell said he has lots of, okay. BRB. Let's go in to watch Rilo's new video. Nice. I just saw he said he's gonna have a new one. He's going on a trip. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of thinking. Oh. Did a marathon design board that I'd like to show you, just primarily for UX improvements. I mentioned a note there talking about hidden events in the game where your shell hallucinates into lost civilization. Ooh, that'd be super rad. Okay, so you have a bunch of like art concepts. If it's art stuff, you know, we do have a in our Discord we have a art forum kind of channel where everybody posts like stuff they're working on. That's very cool. That might be a good way to put it out there. I'm dying watching both POVs. Were they just like, Charlie, where the fuck did he go? That's so funny. Look at these guys. These guys look cool as hell. Just shooting that way. Okay. Did somebody tell him I was just in the bush? Couldn't unbind toggle sprint from shift. Was trying to make it hold to sprint when no to unbind control completely. There are some bugs with the keybinds. I know that Ace has was having issues with that as well. Ace Travel I play with quite a bit. Blackbird, a little rebellious thing, ain't she? Fuck the UESC. Yeah, she's pretty badass. Okay, like, are they in here? Where even is my exfil? Oh, it's an overflow. They shooting down here? I'm about to get ganked. Oh, okay, here we go. Jesus, 2 purple shields? Well, ain't that unfortunate. Oh, I see him. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Got a lot going on for Marathon. Pro Marathon, want the game to be big. Also 100% you'll exfil this time. We'll see. Do you see that? There's a full team of purple shields over there. Hopefully they don't come around this way. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna hold for a second. They got by another team. Oh my god, it was probably that purple shield team. I could wait for the last... I could wait for that final exfil and try to sneak out with them.
A unit is signaling for
I do love getting the sneaky team exfil. Run. More designed by did collaborative sessions with community through Marathon's official Discord. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if there's a way for you to let me know where you posted or whatever, I'd be down to see it. UI stuff with some CGI pieces are incoming too. Ooh, nice. Storm over, how's it going? We're trying, oh shit. We're trying with 0 to come out not a 0. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good God. Oh, they're probably just looking for me, aren't they? Okay, there's their void. Okay, what do we have? We only have 1 grenade. See, if I had 2 grenades, maybe on final exfil I could put them down. But I think 1 grenade, not enough to do it. Never see people talk about it, but I love glitches, idle animation, and the lobby screen. Oh no, the bouncing. Yeah, I think a lot of those look pretty sick. All right. Uh-oh. That's their Blackbird. Oh my god, there's like a bunch of bots over here too. They might just come up behind me. If these bots start shooting at me, I'm fucked basically, I think. Scrumptious curls in the hair. Oh, dodgy, too kind. Too kind. Oh, see, if this guy starts shooting at me, oh my god, this is like a rock in a hard place. An all purple shield team that way, full UESC bots this way. Started with nothing. Came here from Bog on My Dog stream to say that they were really bamboozled when you gave them the slip. That is the slip bush right there, Jay-Shin. So if they ask, I threw down my smoke, I went and sat right there, and I went hands up, and I said, if I don't move, they can't see me. That's what's gonna happen. I don't think I need to go loot those bags. I don't think they'll leave from there. Bog, how's it going? You're the goat. This crazy escape. It was the world's worst escape. I took my hands off the keyboard. I let Jesus take the wheel. Thank you though. I appreciate the hunting that was occurring. That was some good void on void violence. Okay. So you think they're gonna hold right here? And you're saying there's bags down in that field, eh? They probably got some good stuff on them. The sneaky cane. Yeah, we got the Burger King sneak cane pack going on my void here. Okay, looking for that exfil. I don't want to just... Oh, I just heard shooting? They might be hitting the HVT? Okay, that's a dead UESC. Oh, there's the bags. Okay. Did they leave any goodies? Oh my god. Okay, hold on now. Take a core. A self. They left a self revive? Uh-oh. Oh, that's kind of scary. Leaving a self revive is Oh, and a blue waster. Convert to credits. What are we talking about here? Okay, wait, hold on. Why can I not? It's in the bag. It's on the bag. I can't get it? Oh my god, that's very unfortunate. Oh my god, a blue shield.
Connection failing.
All right, we're getting lucky.
Exfil within 3 minutes.
Yummer's loot. Just realized you were solo. Rip. We are solo and we are going 0 to 0. So why can I not? Oh, my backpack's full. Okay, well, what the fuck? We need to drop whatever it takes, I think, to... Can I still not get it? What do I need to drop? Oh, I dropped the... Okay, wait. Can I pick it up now? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it converted it to credits? Oh, they're leaving. Will I make it there in time? To leave with them? No, it's on the other side. Okay. Fuck. I don't think I'm gonna make it to my final. Oh, if you started, I think, before the end, no matter what, you get to take it. Okay. All right, this is a good situation. Yeah, it's interesting, but it converted it to credits. But it didn't let me, even in the backpack. It's not in there. You see that? Or did they have a backpack? Is that what you're saying? I just missed it. Oh, good little fall here. I don't know why I'm running the worst way. What's a good spot to share in your Discord? I created a Twitter thread as a TLDR for the design work that goes into the board. Just want to be mindful of sharing links. Like I said, I think maybe in creativity, or if Undefined or Michael have a preference as well, that's different. But I think either the creativity channel, or if it's like a collection of images or something, you could do that in the art channel. I appreciate that. You can get to overflow. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, we're gonna make it out with a blue shield. No bag though. Okay, our 0 to 0 run's going pretty well. No one left in the map, but damn, if you find one, that would be hilarious. Yeah.
60 seconds to escape.
Okay. Hold on here. Hold on. I'm coming. Come on now. Those channel finds your original work. Nice. Thank you, Michael. Here we go. Ooh, blue shield on the first solo run. Oh wait, hold on, where's my butt crack? Here it is. Okay. Ay. Backpack where? I didn't see a backpack on him. Easy, no sweat. We came in with nothing. Should I have dropped the gun? Because it said convert to credits for some reason. Okay, that's okay. I think it's still gonna come for us, even though... Yes? Okay, good. There we go. Easy. Whew. Who would have thunk? Coming in with nothing, leaving with a blue shield first run. Excellent. That's probably going to be the loot-wise maybe the best run of the night. And you know what I'm realizing? I forgot to even start my recording over here, so I have this. Whoopsie daisies. If it's a gun someone brings, you lose it on exfil, so that waste was probably from someone's vault. Damn, but I couldn't pick it up. Fuck. Thank you so much, iGames, for sharing that. I will check that out later. I appreciate you. Alright. Okay, so I guess we just keep rocking with what we got here. I guess we could store our MIPS, or would that be disingenuous to the spirit of what we're doing? I think we just rock what we have. Alright, should we alternate every match? Should we go Dire Marsh next match? Exfil LMG. Alright, we'll switch. We'll alternate maps every time, so... Make sure our crew feels turned off here. Ay. I still, for some reason, that might be a glitch. I still feel like if they bring it in and it's a separate team, you should be able to turn your marathon into a roguelite. Yeah, right? How far can we get? Oh, wait, I gotta hit run, don't I? We need a streak counter. How many runs can I exfil from? And what my current streak is? Only weapons you get. You can't drop anything in your vault either. Okay, we're getting the rules here. The rules are slowly coming together. Yeah, but I think Marathon will have. I think Marathon will have legs in a gameplay sense that probably a lot of people aren't walking away from the alpha feeling like that. I also don't know. Does anyone know? Is Ark doing wipes? What's Ark's plan with the? I wish is maybe if Beeble's here. Beeble is our Ark Raiders expert. I know I've talked to if you guys haven't seen him, the Gecko Frontier on YouTube does a lot of. He covers extraction games basically primarily. Started off on Cycle Frontier, but now he talks about a bunch of stuff in the extraction genre generally. And I had a conversation with him. And that was one of the things that he hit on is like he doesn't feel that wipes are something that should be inherent to the extraction genre. That's just something that Tarkov, as the primary example, relied upon for how they balance their game, and thus naturally it became a thing that other extraction games in the genre would adopt those same kind of stylings. But when I look at something like Ark, I feel like Ark has a lot of separate progression avenues that are very varied. Maybe I'm like overthinking this. I guess it's okay. So you have your quest progression, right? Which it seems like they're going to ultimately tell some kind of narrative there. And like I was talking about earlier when I was playing Ark, I think there's a lot of narrative potential, and I really like some of the cool stuff that they've done from the finals. Another good guy, I forget his Black Rock Hound. Covers a lot of that cool map stuff that they do in the finals that tells kind of the larger story of that world as well. Dr. March's 100% death rate. Rip Blue Shield. No faith, Karaki, no faith. Listen, we got all of that one. Yeah, so you're going to have the quest progression. Then you're going to have the crafting progression. So, right, like updating your hideout, maybe would be a good word for it. I forget, I don't know if there's an exact name for it, but getting all of your workbenches, that'll be a progression route, and then building out the character skill tree. But like, are those all going to reset at some point? Are they going to reset separately? I guess also maybe trader XP, because you're doing the quest for the traders, and it seems like, or maybe that's attached to level. I can't tell for certain. But it seems like those systems would be much more reliant on potentially not having a wipe mechanic, which I haven't heard specifically if they're doing wipes, so they could not be doing wipes at all, at which point my question would be like, okay, well, how is the balancing going to work with that? Then again, I don't know that the balancing is as much of a worry, because I don't know if PvP is as big of a deal. Not that the PvP isn't in there and a relevant component of it, but it does feel much more like a secondary thought in terms of what they're putting together in terms of the total experience that they're doing. Want to see a linear map where you literally run a marathon against other crews, but more from the extraction POV?
Some named for its saturated, unstable terrain and relatively high mortality rate.
Well, Cracky,
Proceed with caution.
I guess you're right. Relatively high mortality rate. All right, we're in greenhouse, and we got to get to AI uplink. This is a dangerous pickle of a spot to be in. I like the idea of just going straight for the exfil zone, trying to like get a streak going for intruding the run. Yeah, just dropping by to say hi. Arkin right now. Nice, Beeble. I just had a question. If you're still here before you go, is Ark going to be doing wipes? How are they going to be? We were just talking about like maybe the balancing of how the game's going to work in later seasons, because I don't know if season's the right word, but later on down the road, since there's so many avenues of progression in the game, if you end up having a minute I was wondering that. So now you fight with other crew against them for the moment. Yeah, okay, that could be cool. I do also think that one thing that they should bring over, I heard that no wipes are happening, but something different, didn't quite grasp it. Got it. Thank you, Beeble. Yeah. So that's an example of something like, I think that that's the right call for Ark, because it would be much more frustrating to lose those kind of routes of progression. Heard footsteps? No. A happy rating? Nice. Oh, good luck on your runs, undefined. But yeah, one thing I really do want to see is the contextual menu with all of like the audible voice lines, which is something that Lars back in the interview I had with him had talked about Marathon potentially adding, or maybe even saying that they were working on doing a lot more voice cues and stuff. Because I like the idea of these, you know, being more directly things that we are controlling when and how they say it. Okay, I'm not hearing any shooting. I don't know how I feel about that. Alefa, how's it going? Can't wait to get your hands on this game. It feels good. It does feel really good to play. I do also think another sentiment that I've heard a lot of people say is like, you kind of got to feel Marathon, like feeling the way that the game plays and the way that everything handles is kind of big to the experience, and I would agree with that. Eden Fire, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh my golly. Well, I really wasn't trying to fight you, bud. Shooting at algae ponds? Shit. I'm gonna end up fighting all of AI Uplink. Doesn't look like anyone's here. Oh. Okay. Oh. What's this right here? I don't even know why is that a... Oh, no, those are bots. I'm so worried that someone's gonna... Oh, yep. Okay, hold on. Holding. Oh, no! Oh my god. No. No! I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him in the grass. No! I knew it. I should have got out of there once we had the shots. Okay. Crank it back down to 0. We got 1. I'm in the UFC going sideways. I knew we were gonna get pushed by that team there. Coming from what is it, field maintenance? It is like standard now. The finals is peak example of it, of course. So Arc naturally had a bit of that, but Marathon can easily pull it off. Contextual pains, yeah. Yeah, and the pain, okay, that's the other thing. Marathon's like, the pains are all fucked up right now. Like, if you want to ping something, you better hope that there's not a bag within like a 30-meter radius or any level of depth in between you and the object, because you're not going to ping the thing you want. Wish I could have a white flag saying I have no good loot, let me run in peace. I know, right? Yeah, absolutely. What I'm enjoying most from the alpha is killing a streamer and running to the stream to see them mauled. Mauled, not sorry. Love that. Yeah, I've seen some good rage moments. They can hear the patch. It did look like probably a team was, because there was at least one Blackbird there, and I think I saw a different person from another angle. That's the thing, it's like if you attract the bots, I really should just be kind of staying as stealth as possible. Even if I see the bots, I should just try to move in such a way that the bots like are shooting in the wrong direction, you know. But yeah, I think they can hear everything we can hear. Those silencers, yeah, I've heard that they're working on those. I kept looking to the left to see them, but in the rain and fog, they were hidden. They're shooting me from the bushes. I guess I could have just started spraying. They seemed pretty hesitant though, probably because they saw the blue shield at first. I do love Blackbird. But obviously for solos, it's like, I think Void is probably the only viable option currently. But I think there's a lot of opportunities. I'm also interested to see what's going on with Destiny in, what is it, 2 days, May 6th? I'm interested to see what they reveal there and what their timeline is for that. I imagine the people at Bungie are kind of feeling a little bit of stress, right? Between everything that's going on, and obviously Destiny is in a situation of its own in a lot of ways, and I fucking left Crewfill on. God damn it. Okay. For the Edge of Fate.
Right? Not actually.
Hello, how's it going?
Is it actually?
Yo.
What's up, dudes?
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
I apologize. I was doing solo 0-0 runs with nothing, and I accidentally left Crewfill on, so I'm going to be a little useless until I get a gun here.
Oh, that's okay.
You are good, sir.
I'm running sponsored. I just need to scan south side of the data wall. That's it.
Ooh, oh, you're about to get the Dr. Son voice line, eh? Ooh, this is
I've
exciting.
heard people talk about it. I have not got it spoiled for me yet, which is great. But
Ooh, okay. I won't say anything. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, well, let's do it, dudes.
awesome.
Have you guys been enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, man. I love your stuff. I've been a huge marathon fan since OG days. I played the first marathon when I was like 5.
Dude, that is so rad. That's awesome. Were you pumped since you saw the release trailer? What was it like, seeing this fit, right, for the first time? Was that pretty wild?
Oh, it was so cool. It's like, yeah, you see the compiler and you're just like, oh man, that's so sick. And I get why it's like not here.
Yeah, right.
You would want to save that shit. I totally get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good stuff,
I did
dude.
get a locked container key if anybody knows where the container.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh my gosh, it's in the best part of the map. Hold on. This is... Oh, players?
They're already-
Oh, okay, I got one on me. It's a Locust. Locust down. Hold on, I'm reloading.
They're both on the bottom. They're on my body.
I just...
You see them scan. You see them scan.
Nice. Get your heal if you need to.
One of them took my blue, by the way.
Ooh, okay.
Shield.
Is this our scan?
Yes.
All right.
I scanned it before I did. They're coming up from the ladder on the right.
Ladder on the right. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think that's gonna be right over here.
I got a chem grenade.
Ooh. I think that's gonna be the direction they come. We could. Oh, behind us. Nope, that's a bot.
Yeah.
A little scary.
Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Now nobody's coming through that door.
Okay. Here, we can push this way.
Through those covers, there's a. Yeah, you hear them below you. You hear them below you on the outside.
All right. Here, let's see if you get something good from this container. Oh.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. All right.
Ooh. There we go, big shield.
Now listen. We have one way to draw them to us and face them, like true warriors. Turn around and honk the horn.
And honk the horn.
Give her the honk. All right, here we go. Come and face us.
Wait, did you close that door?
I did. I'm not hearing them.
They're just camping. They're true voids.
Okay. So they might be stealthing on us. Nice. We could peek outside here.
My box is under you. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still under.
Oh, okay. Here, I got invis. Let me pop down there. Are you underneath the?
I think towards the middle part. Yeah, on your left.
Okay.
Alright, you see him.
Oh, damn, he's so low. I cracked him.
He got
He's in the back
Careful,
corner.
trust.
Yeah, he's got a launch shot. Nice. That was a good play.
Oh, they're hard.
He's pushing. He's right here on me. He's invis. He's invis. He's invis. Nice, nice. Ooh, guys, that was good. That was good. GG's. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Good luck on your 0 runs, bud.
Thank you so much. I apologize for coming in with nothing. You guys have a good one.
That's all good. Awesome. See ya.
Damn. All right. Nice dudes. Nice. I feel bad I brought him down a little bit. 0 to 0 runs. Gingered. How's it going? Yes, you can honk the horn and it will bring everyone to you. All right. Now we try it again. And this time we don't fuck our teammates over. Good stuff. 0 to 0 is when you go in with nothing and then you play poorly and you leave with nothing. It's like a 0 to hero run when you don't have skill. We'll see though. I did get out. Listen, our first run, I got out with a blue shield. All right, got a blue shield. We had a green bully. We had a self-revive even. But you plan for failure, of course. Sisyphus me, yes. July 15th rumor. Oh, for the collector's edition. Interesting. Elster, how's it going? Beginning of a raid. Perfect. Yeah, we actually left the crew fill on. I'm glad you're back, Elster. Good things about the loot and inventory system Marathon and some frustrations you may have experienced. Thank you, game. Okay. For starters, the way that the loot system is set up, I think is a positive. This is something that I think other people have pointed out potentially as a negative, but for the cohesion of, you know, the way things work, I think knowing that these are junk items that represent money, I don't need the extra step of going and selling those afterwards. I think that the fact that they're sold upon exfil is cool. I think that that's a benefit. The fact that there's still details behind them and they're relevant in-universe items is good. I think that the loot distribution feels valuable. I feel like every room that I enter either is going to have loot that is going to provide some sort of value to me, whether that's something I can play with or it's going to provide me credits, or it's an interior space that is very interesting visually to walk through or some sort of environmental storytelling. I think that the way that the weapons work right now make for a very fair system where it's like our damage isn't changing based on the mods. Thank you so much, Berserker. I appreciate that. But the way that the weapons handle, the type of optics they have, that is changing. One thing that I know I've heard people say is that if you're looting a weapon mod and you put that on your gun, you lose whatever was in that mod slot. I kind of feel like that's maybe the drawback of the simplicity of the system, in that you can't like stockpile mods and pull greens off so that every time you get an overrun AR or whatever, it can always be green or better. I think that's good. I also think that the way that items appear on the map and that each map location tells you what items spawn there, and that kind of ease of use to plan your routes is a benefit, in the sense that like map knowledge is viable because it allows you to accomplish those goals quicker, but also players who aren't running every single day or aren't way deep in the game can also load into a match with random people and very quickly understand, I need to go to these locations to get these types of items. In terms of frustrations with the loot, I think that there needs to be, and this is like something that's obvious, right? I think there needs to be balancing around the value of each of the upgrades that you get. Personally, I think they should go in the direction that the upgrades are worth less, so you need less of the items to upgrade, but there's more upgrades overall. So instead of going from like 0 to 5%, maybe you go from 0 to 2 to 5, you know, have like an in-between step maybe, especially for the purples. Collector's Edition Marathon, no, they're talking about Destiny, I believe. I do also think that the drop rate on purple and gold items is probably too low, I would say, unless they're structuring it in such a way that it's going to be very heavily built around this kind of in-game marathon map experience that they're talking about, in which case I would understand why they would want those to not drop as frequently. But personally, I'm at around 80 hours, and I've done I've done every event in the game. I've done them live. You know, not that I'm the best player or getting the most drops. I've killed a lot of players, though. I've done a lot of stuff, right? I have seen one gold item. And I feel like the experience of getting the gold, although it did mean that I unlocked a additional vault space, which was cool. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Right away? Do they know this rotation? Oh my god, fucking ticks. I fucking hate you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dying to ticks? Has anyone died to ticks yet? Has anyone suffered a tick death? Oh my god, okay, rotated. Never miss mini map. Oh, independent study should be not easy, you know. Sorry, I'm missing some stuff there, I think. But general rebalancing of loot, I think, should focus on making the golds and the purples happen more frequently in terms of materials. I also think either the locked rooms as well. Okay, locked rooms, blue and below, not worth it. Literally not worth the risk of that rotate was slick. Odin, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, dude. Thank you. Mwah. I think that the locked blue rooms are not worth it. It's like you get the stress of carrying the key, but you're not going to get great items out of it. Got a blue shield and sick hiding skills. Yeah, that was my first run, right? We'll see. Okay, we got people at North Relay. We got glitches in the tunnels right now, probably looking for us. This is a fucking death trap with a knife, probably. Well, actually... Okay, hold on. No health? Got nothing out of that? Oh shit, yeah, it's a full team in there. I got literally nothing out of that. Just got a kill. Hopefully they don't have a blackbird. No heals, nothing. I just had to do it. Exactly, hoping for no blackbird. The guy's probably asleep. Dude, he was looking at his map, right? He had his inventory pulled up or something. Oh my god, they just opened the door right next to me. Traxxas is pleased. Dude, if I can hit my invis, run back in there and get another knife kill. Oh, they're down here searching. They're on the grass. 10 seconds. Can I survive 10 seconds to hit my invis? He's running on top of that. Kill the same guy? Okay, we'll go for it. He's probably afraid to go get his buddy right now. If I could get back up there and knife the same dude, that would be excellent. Literally waiting so long because I have 0 heals. Could be per map, the harder the better loot. I also have 1 gold item from a purple room key. Okay, yeah, like 1 gold item guaranteed. 15 heat out of V1 shield is kind of nuts. Wait, what are you saying, timid berserker?
20 minutes.
You're saying losing heat on the 1 shield or getting the heat from a shield? Okay, I have nothing. Okay.
UESC reinforcements incoming.
Oh, did they just ping? Is that what that was? They're fighting UESC in there? Are they still in here? Green shield that has reduced damage from you, so it gives you minus 15 heat. Gotcha. Okay, okay. Seems too steep. I agree. Literally got away with the murder, I know. A solo honk? Absolutely, birds. Abso-fucking-lutely. I think they might be hiding second story. Right. They'd clean the toxin room, so maybe upstairs. Ah! Whoa. What, we trade? Oh my god, that's a purple shield? What the fuck is going on? I got that fucking Halo 3 teleportation, eh? Well, I guess they're not up there. Oh, okay, good. We got some literally nothing from this. How have we been on the map this long and we have gotten literally nothing? Okay, some heavy rounds. I guess we'll take that just in case. Okay, data card. Good, good. I was a locust for a minute, scared. Knives are so broken. I flowed 200 meters once. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Oh, chill. I don't even want to fight you. I thought I was gonna, like, be annoying to someone in here. I don't even want to be here. Oh, look at this. I guess I should have grabbed all this. Double conquest? That's the meta? Okay. Double conquest meta? I have 100 rounds? Come on, some light ammo. Oh, a smoke grenade. We'll take the MIPS. Maybe we'll get something good. Ammo. Credits, sure, we need that. Of course we do. All right, double conquest meta. Here we go. Honk. Nah, give me another one. Okay, where is my... Hold on, where's my extract? My extract is North Relay, okay. Fuck it. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh. Okay. Okay. You dropped light ammo, right? No, you didn't. You fucking bastard. Dropped nothing that I want. Dropped actually nothing. You know how horrifying it is? You're getting beamed by a conquest, they switch to the next one. I'm pulling out my second LMG. Oh, I just heard something. Oh, an incursion. Wait a second. Wait a second. We might just need that other... We just might need the incursion. Double Mosin. PTSD from Hunt. We're not making it out this one. Listen, if we get this incursion, what if we got like a gold shield or something? Oh, you know what I'm remembering though? I guess I'm gonna have to fight waves of bots before... Did I just pick something up or... Okay, I'm hearing shooting. Oh, okay, hold on, that's okay. I have a different way out of here that's way more chill, way more relaxed. Let's rat it out and scam the loot in Viz. Yes, exactly. I choose to believe. Full gold loadout. If I can talk. It's happening. All right, Cracky. Elster. I see how who the real heroes are, who believe. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's happening. This person is very close to me. What is that? Simple prop. Oh my god, it's the fabled simple prop. Oh my god, and they have a glitch? Oh, and they have a blackbird. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe they'll leave something for me though.
Warning, reinforcements detected.
Okay, they have a tad there. That would be unfortunate if they hit that. Okay, I have an idea. I signal to them that I'm friendly. I get on top of that building. I shoot up in the air. Okay, and then that way and then I pull out my knife. They'll know I'm friendly. They'll share the loot with me. Oh, Jesus. What are they shooting over there? Okay, hold on. This isn't Minecraft, Jake. You're getting capped. Okay, surely they'll recognize that this behavior is abnormal, right? Oh, shit. Oh my god, it's a team. Wait, is the incursion right here? Oh no. Oh no, I thought I was gonna steal it. It's not right there. I didn't look where it was at. Where's it at? Oh my god, I don't see it. Oh wait, they didn't call it in? They didn't do it? I'm so confused. Put on your Sabrina Carpenter skin and do the emote. Fuck. Hear gunfire and start killing you immediately? I believe in people. I believe in the good of people. And I totally would have just ganked it if it was right there. I would have just taken it, but now I'm going to have to... Alright. Oh, is that it? Oh, wait, it is right there. Did I miss it? Oh. What if I just threw a grenade over? Okay, distraction grenade. Don't. Oh, they're looking. They're looking. Oh shit. Okay, okay. They're looking over there. That's okay. They are confused by it. Herbra. Hopefully I'm just blending in up here. What's this person's name? Antenna? Okay. Fuck, I really want to try the shoot in the air. They won't leave that building. Okay, I'm not moving. He's looking kind of in my direction. Hold on. I'm being chill. I'm being chill. Top of overflow east of where you are now. There are 6 suspicious tiles placed. Oh, yes, I've seen that. Maybe you somehow get 6 players to stand on each of the tiles, activating an Easter egg. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god, that's their... Oh, look, they're investigating. They're still investigating over there. That's their exfil. Okay. Sir, I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, look, their tat is the Blackbird's painting everything. Oh shit, I'm going for it. I'm gonna try to exfil with them. No! Fuck. I just missed it. I just fucking missed it. God damn it. Oh, we were so close. We were so close to getting that forced team exfil. All right, let's see if they left anything in this incursion over here. What if they left a gold? What if they're like, ah, we already have a bunch of gold shit. All right, let's, Is this a backpack? Okay, kind of nasty. We got a bunch of goodies here. Oh, and we got all these bots to loot. Oh. Oh, Kim grenade. Good, good. Drop that. Drop that. What are we, a void or something? Oh, a synchronizer? I'm gonna drop that, actually. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. What a... Oh, yeah, I have my double conquest right now. Okay, sorry, irrelevant. Irrelevant, I guess. We'll drop this. We'll take that. Oh, we finally have some heals. A med backpack, which I guess might be more valuable solo. Okay, that's good.
Reinforcements incoming.
That's good. Let's get the fuck out of here before UESC comes. Okay, we do have a grenade and a caustic grenade. So I think we should be able to wait for final exfil and then really ruin someone's day. Jake the scavenger. Indeed, indeed. Is the player bagging going to extract on the grass?
Hostile action.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Where at? You're talking about in here? Oh god, okay, there's a bunch of bots down there. Alright, we missed it. We missed the bag. How do the backpack perks work? I think they tell you right here. So 8 plus lots of carry more on, plus health and shield consumable usage is slightly faster. I don't know if there's a percentage somewhere. I think for some reason I thought it was 5%. But basically it makes it so that when you use the health and shield consumables, you don't have to wait as long before they're gone again immediately by someone smacking you. Okay. I'm not going back for the player bag. Okay, easy now. I still didn't get any light ammo. That's kind of dirty, right? Okay, easy now. You don't make me pull out my second conquest here, fuckers. You did this to yourselves. Can I please have ammo though? What the fuck? Light rounds? That's what we needed. Oh my god, another claymore. Alright, here we go. Now we're cooking, and another Kim grenade. Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing. We have to get to the final exfil first. We have to plant the claymores. Oh my golly, and a twin tap. Great Scott. All right, we want all this. I'm usually ass with the twin tap, but we do want it. Okay, things are really coming up Jake here, I think. All right. Okay, so we know no one's exfilling that. Okay, and someone's exfilling North Relay.
UESC reinforcements have responded to the signal.
This game's solo friendly. I don't always have two buds to play with. I would say no. Like, I've been doing solos all this evening. We've gotten a lot of stuff. What I will say is that, like, completing... Oh, look, Dr. Son's body isn't here either when you're not in the quest line. Right? Or is it? No, it is. It's right here. Yeah. I would say no, it's not. I would say that it's... But I would say crew fill is very viable. Oh, someone is just on the other side of this? markers. Damn it. What did Dr. Saw on Aura farm so hard? I know. She was just too good, too cool. Colonize my blood and liquefy my bones. Alright, so we wasted those. Fuck, weird. It was too close. Damn. I think we were only getting hit markers once they were actually extracting. But no, okay, so I'd say it's probably not soul friendly. It is an entirely different experience, right? It's a lot of stealthing around, taking knife kills, trying to pick up loot, scavenging. It's like a totally different experience. It is fun in its own right, much more difficult. The caveat being that I think crew fill is very viable. Where are we? Oh, it's North Relay, okay. Do we think there is a team left, though? Shooting at... Why is that guy moving? Shooting at Holler? I think this match even started with us running into a full team of glitches. It is 100% possible. Like, it is definitely possible, but much harder. You gotta have a lot of map knowledge, I think. And I think the crew fill experience is still fun. In the same way that, like, you could load into a Halo 3 match, even though very different game, very different experience. With randoms, I feel like generally that's possible here. I've had a lot of crew fill success. And in terms of creating the priority, or finishing the priority contracts, seeing the entirety of the narrative, getting to go to all these places on the map, that seems all very viable to do within a crew setting. Also, the crew fill does kind of work because everybody doesn't want to lose their stuff. Everyone's in the same boat in terms of the stakes. So although the coordination isn't there always with the voice chat, because some players obviously aren't going to engage with that, usually people try to stick together, hit the panes, and the other cool thing is you can see what other people are doing with their contracts. I've done all my contracts, maxed out my stuff, so I don't have any, but your contract appears in the middle and then your other two buddies are over there, so you can always see when people need stuff. I could have swore I heard I shirred hooting here. I could have saw movement. All right, we're gonna wait for this final exfil. Just hit it. Pac-Man, how's it going? Crew fill's gonna get better. They said it would be with runner levels, so people close to play times. Nice. The runs are going well. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good. I first match we exfilled with blue shield. Oh, that's just music. Hearing a lot of shh. You hear that? Or maybe it's just into match stuff. We exfilled with a blue shield, then we got killed in Dire Marsh, then we accidentally loaded in with two really kind folks. So it's been good. It's been good. Now we're about to, I think, successfully leave a solo 0 run with sci-fi noises with a nice twin tap for our next run. So hopefully we'll see here in a minute. Good to know people will be locked in, unlike an Apex where your randoms do nothing but get down spam pains. Well, maybe the skill might result in that some of the time. Oh, I've never gotten this as an exfil. And it's good that we're able to get through Holler right now because we're not going to run into people. This is good. This is good. Oh, bots. Okay, they were bots, and they were behind me, and I'm an idiot. And they're right on my ass. Yeah, we got out with a blue shield. It was a total luck of the draw. There was a team of purples. Oh, there is another team. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hold on, wait, I gotta get here. Oh my god, I hope they don't see me. Fuck, I can't believe I had to use my thing here. Running for my life, running for my life. We gotta be super sneaky now. Oh, holy water claymores. Oh my god, you're right. That's going to be so fucked. Crew fill would be better if the teammates it gave you had similar backpack values. Okay, that's a good point. I think this would give crew fill a slight edge against stacked teams that have coordination. That's a really good point, Locke. I think they should try something like that. I will listen. I do little Q&A stuff with Bungie. I will say that to them because I really like that as a concept. Especially as, you know, everybody has the same, you know, everyone on your team has the same kind of risk going into it, right? That's cool. Say after my 100 and some odd hours on this game playing with teammates is shit. Is it, Hans? I've had a lot of really good experiences with teams. I've mostly played with other people who are playing, but hi Jake, I was wondering what's your take after recent community backlash after they tested Arc Raiders. Personally feel like they aren't realizing the potential Marathon could have. Your thoughts? Yeah, I think there's so many things. I think that like the entire development of Marathon has faced like a ridiculous comedy of errors that in a lot of ways are kind of outside of their control in certain regards. For example, like the Chris Bear stuff is outside of the control of anyone making this game. The Concord disaster and the immediate, you know, comparisons between Marathon and like Paul Tassi was writing articles about this, you know, way before we got any gameplay or anything. Okay. Fuck, is no one here? I heard shooting over at Holler. Am I gonna make it? Damn, nobody got in our claymores. You just don't like them. So like this, there's a lot of elements here that have happened. Like I don't think Bungie probably wasn't planning that Arc Raiders was going to do this playtest right on top of it. And also Arc Raiders is in a much different state. They're testing different stuff. Like Arc Raiders isn't an alpha. It's like a technical test. I don't know if that terminology means anything in reality, but they're much different projects, testing much different things. Arc Raiders is giving you what seems like largely like finished assets in terms. This is very, very far from finished. And also I think even from the initial trailer, there was a certain backlash to it that was attached, like some culture war type stuff, which is always kind of silly to me. And obviously I think that was kind of a big point of discussion when the largest video I saw about Marathon was a guy talking about the character's visual appearance. Crewfill, thank you Karaki. I got it. And also this was it was supposed to be a closed alpha, and then the way that they did the presentation, I feel like the presentation did a great job of showing the game if you knew what the game was. Like when I watched the gameplay overview trailer, I went, wow, you're getting to see every ability and item type and like kind of the way the engagement works. But it was so fast and snappy, and the way that they explained it was very casual and on a couch. And I feel like if you're going to use that format, you needed way more time. You need like a podcast environment where Joe Ziegler and Lars and I forget the other guy's name could sit down and talk for like 2.5 hours and just generally explain, like, here's our thoughts on game development. This is what we like about extraction shooters. These are the types of engagements we're trying to make. Here's how we're trying to make them. But the format was very scripted and also that gameplay reveal, while like I said I appreciate because I had a better understanding of the game because I had played prior, it left a lot to be desired for people who hadn't. And also it was coming on the back end of the ARG, which I feel like was so beloved by everybody who even had an inkling to fucking care about Marathon was really I think locked in on the ARG stuff because it was so cool and it was so well put together. And I think that's an example of the Bungie team had time to put together a full cohesive thing, and they're showing people the end product and people are connecting with it. I think people recognizing how cool the narrative elements in the ARG and how fun the puzzles are, that's like a finished project that Bungie was able to put together, right? And people really liked it. And then you get to the gameplay reveal, which I don't think does a good job of explaining the game. And I don't think they had enough time to really hone in on a lot of the concepts and the reasoning behind why they're doing certain things and how they think the game will be received and play overall. And then you lead that right into what was supposed to be a closed alpha that was 12 days, that a very, very small amount of people we're supposed to see, and based on the response to the gameplay review, they're like, okay, well, let's make it open, which would have been the right call from the beginning, but I think you would have had to let in a much more significant number of people. I'm willing to bet that a lot of people who are pretty upset about Marathon probably are bummed because it's like, dude, I did this whole ARG and got this code and did all this stuff. Can't get over this way. Okay, I've never been this far back on Complex when I spawned in. I'm willing to bet maybe there's a team that way or a team over at AI Uplink. But then, so now you have a closed alpha, which, like I said, unfinished art assets, very limited amount of contractor questing. The events are in the game, but like I feel like a lot of people, maybe that's something I'll touch on here in a second. I think it's a very limited scope test that was meant to specifically hone in on the gunplay and the team dynamics and the items and how they're used and what kind of stats they can pull from it, which is something that Bungie, I think, does very well. I think that they excel in creating competent shooters. I'm sure there's a lot of Destiny fans who have a really in-depth understanding of that game and its journey in PvP, and they would argue with that, and I think that's fair. But I do think it's also fair to say that Bungie is competent and skilled at making FPS games, and this was really meant to test the FPS mechanics and the loot and the very, very specific things, right? And in comparison to Arc Raiders and what people had probably expected because it was going to be streamed, this is not maybe the best format for that. I think for people like me, for people who have been around in this community for the past 2 years following along with Marathon's development, I think we all kind of knew what we were getting into generally. I think some people have like some desires around customization that weren't met, and obviously like the full tilt of the game and the type of experience they're making wasn't something they had explained prior to this. But generally I felt like most of those people were just bummed that they didn't get into the alpha. And so I think it's just kind of like this cacophony of like unique situations that I think it's fair to point at some of it and say that they're responsible and could have taken that into account and done better. And I also think it's fair to say that some of that stuff was really largely outside their control. But I do think once this game comes together and they're able to show it in the way people want the beta, I think that if whatever they do for the beta was what they had put out for this, I think a lot of these conversations wouldn't have happened, which I think is fair because, like I said, most of this audience isn't coming from a background or understanding about what the world of Marathon is, or most people don't even know that there was a 2023 ARG that offered thousands of words of context and narrative to build out this world, you know? And so with all that stuff being hidden from a lot of people by the nature of the amount of time in between the release of the information and how that information was delivered, it just left a lot of people confused. I think they've done a lot of stuff since then to try to fix some of that stuff, but I think it's going to be one of those things where they're going to have to come back with more finished assets, do the same exact thing that they did this time, just with a more finished product, and I think that's going to connect with a lot more people. And I think people are going to realize that, you know, it's a big world that's taking on a genre that is very dynamic, and it's going to offer something cool in this space. That's what I think. That was pretty long-winded. People shooting right under me? Bots, probably? Actually, I don't think so. In my opinion, I see a lot of double standards in Marathon is unfairly criticized, but with Arc, the defects are ignored and the same criticisms are not applied. For example, Marathon is criticized for only having 3 maps at launch, and just Arc Raiders is only going to have 3 maps at launch. I do not see the same criticisms. Yeah, and also Marathon is, you know, they're going to have a 4th map within that season that's, I think it's fair to assume is probably going to be tied to the narrative content that they're doing. Would it be kind of cheeky if I hit this TAD? I guess I could just see if these guys start shooting. Ooh, just a loose frag up here? What the hell?
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
They might be in the building underneath me. Speaking of customization, I really hope we can drip out our runners multiple pieces of gear, classic Bungie style, not just one skin piece that you can change and not customize. I don't think that it's going to be like armor. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a Halo 3 armor system. I could foresee different elements of customization. Like, they might go in the direction of having like different lucky charms you carry. Twitter unfairly. Well, that's an invis. Locust. Okay, team fight. No, bot fight. That's a glitch. Oh, they just got the UESC drop. Oh, nice. Okay, got a glitch. Avoid
20
and.
minutes remain.
Okay, listen. I want whatever is left in that box. Is that a blackbird? Oh, and they got a blackbird. Okay, easy now. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. But my current thinking is that the direction they are going to go in is going to be the skin route. I could be wrong, and I think they might even adapt and kind of change that so that people can do that customization stuff. I think going through leveling up or a battle, seasonal pass, offering different visual customization in a multitude of ways would be something that people would really enjoy and connect with. And I think that's a criticism or a feedback that was voiced very loudly during this entire alpha. So I definitely could foresee them listening to that and changing, but I think the current plan would fall more in line with skins, just based off my, guess of what's going on. I like the heroes in this Scrungus. I just don't understand why Bungie didn't listen to the massive resonance about people not wanting heroes, yet they did it anyways. I find that so baffling to me. Okay, so I think... So the language that was used in the reveal Vidoc, right? Okay, I think these... Oh, no, they just did something down here, right? The language that was used, it was a woman on the Marathon team had said something along the lines of, we're going to have a lot of really interesting, unique ways for players to visually express themselves. I think it was something along those lines, right? Which, given kind of how in the ARG and narrative content Biomata were explained, it seemed like these would be very customizable kind of... Oh shit. Oh, they're extracting, eh? Oh shit. Hold on. Please don't go yet. No. Fuckers. Why is that red for a second? Oh, it's red right there on where you gotta shoot it. Okay, all right. We didn't get him. And I think people did really think that that was going to mean that there was going to be customization very similar to like a Halo 3. That was kind of like what I was gathering from people, and something that I did with Michael VSL VSK here in the chat. We had put together a video and a project with the community earlier this year. I believe in February timeframe. It's like what the community really wants. It was a Google form, and we had over 200, maybe close to 300. I forget exactly, but over like 200 responses of people what they wanted. And I did pass that on to Bungie even with the people that I knew, just to get that out there. And a lot of people in that as well pointed out how much they really wanted customization over heroes. I think that the reason for the heroes as a design decision, I don't know why it sounds like I'm saying that weird to me, maybe I am, was that they wanted to create a bunch of abilities that people could use, and they wanted people to plan tactically around those abilities. And I think they felt like, as opposed to creating visual customization or differences between like archetypes, where like imagine if you had the invis, you would be a slender frame like the finals or something, right? Where the small ones have certain abilities, the big ones have certain abilities. I think that they felt like creating a strong visual profile and having runners who had specific design choices and characteristics would be something that would allow people to identify on a tactical level quicker, making the engagements feel fair, and also creating a level of tactical decision making that is really tied to your observation of the enemy team in a way that feels tangible while also not unfair. And I think that in pursuit of creating a very unique experience, they went down that route. Now, they still refuse to call them heroes. I've argued with people a little bit in, even voice chat and on here in the comments. I think that it's fair to say that it's a hero shooter system. Listen, I get that. What does that mean? Like, I think there's a lot of complications as to those types of games and what that means, or if that fits the bill, or if it's more class-based. My kind of criteria here is that they have a certain visual appearance that's consistent. They have a history. They have character traits and dialogue that, they have character, right? They have feelings and thoughts that are consistent, right? So it feels like it's fair to call it a hero shooter. I do agree that
15 minutes
I do agree that it seems like it was pretty vocal in the community not having the desire to have that kind of experience, but also the game is very fun to play, and I do really enjoy the setup that they have. I get why people wouldn't want it though, and I don't know what the right answer is to fix that issue at this point. So I feel like it might be a little bit reductive to like push on it in terms of like, oh, it needs to have this, because I do like the system now. I do think that there could be benefits to doing it the other way. Okay, I'm right. Someone's right on top of me, maybe? Okay, okay. Okay, maybe we get some loot here on this map. But yeah, I don't think it's a terrible direction to go in. I think that it's very fun. I like the team dynamics. I like the way that the characters play off each other. I don't know why I'm picking this up. We're 0 to heroing. Okay, those are bots. There's there. Oh, that's my exfil? Oh, come on. These windows don't break? Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to go out that window anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that summarizes it generally. I'm kind of ranting a little bit. As far as battle passes go, I really hope they go the Helldivers 2 route, where there are no time restrictions to completing them. I have heard that people really like that about Helldivers. I've heard that's cool. I guess it would depend on what the rewards are. If the rewards are tied to stuff that you can only get within that season, and there's stuff that those are things that other people are going to want to get, yeah, I would hope that they wouldn't go in that direction. I don't know why I'm picking this up. Just because I would want people to have the opportunity to go back and engage with those things if that's something that would keep them in the game. Also, I feel like the terminal system that I've talked about a few times is going to keep the narrative stuff in a really cool format, especially for people who are coming from the original games and really like that. And also people coming from Destiny who are kind of locked out of certain narrative content that I know is very frustrating to them. I'm hearing shooting right ahead. I think I'm going to go for the exfil, and then that'll put us on a two-run run here. I might just wait a second here to see if I can hear anything. After Alpha Jake, try out Witchfire, PvE extraction shooter that is absolutely amazing. For instance, there's only one character, but your skill tree determines what abilities you get. I have heard of that. Maybe I'll have to check that out. That sounds cool. Thank you, Hans, for the recommendation. Call Sign Nemesis, thank you so much. Call Sign, love it. Thanks for following, dude. Worried a lot of Destiny players wanted Marathon to be D3 rather than Marathon, hence the want for customization. Very, very true. And you know what? I think I do think that a lot of people who might have negative things to say about Bungie and Marathon are coming from the perspective of somebody who fuck you. Are coming from the perspective of people who have spent a lot of time in Destiny. And it is frustrating in the sense that like this is a different project, and I think they should have ability to have some leeway with how they choose to present this game. Dying to bots, GG's. I know this is gonna attract somebody. We still haven't gotten a shield charge. If we survive 2 exfils with no shield charge, that'll be pretty goated with the sauce, I think. It's reasonable. I think there's a lot of valid complaints for people coming from Destiny who played it for a long time. My personal perspective that Destiny is a cool game and is a lot of fun, and obviously I think there's... Yep, there we go. Oh, come on guys. That would have been our second one exfil. GG's. I'm glad that you guys got my bag of nothing. Nick. A fork salute to you, brother. Brutal. Jake the Unlucky. It seems that way. GG's to them. But I do also feel like there's a contingent of the Destiny community that is just like, hyper negative and so just unreal. It's just like, you know, I get it. You invest thousands of hours into a game and you're going to have certain expectations about what Bungie delivers in the story and what they deliver in gameplay and stuff. But I think anybody who is like a reasonable, fully developed person would look at some of the stuff in the Destiny community and go like, okay, people are being a little wacky about some of their complaints and the way that they choose to engage online with Bungie in general and Destiny. And so I totally understand why there is a group of people who might be coming from that realm and be upset about it. Didn't say it wasn't. Yeah, jeez. Cosmetics. I think it plays perfectly into lore, having just certain runner shells, to be honest, and it's ignorant to say otherwise. I do, yeah, I think narrative-wise, it definitely fits in. Yeah, any complaint I think would just come from a gameplay perspective, but I feel like a lot of this is like one of my largest complaint with the complaints around Marathon. Just feel like it's a lot of people saying, I wish it was a different game. And it's like, I understand where you're coming from. In the sense that maybe you only like single player games, or maybe you want an RPG, or maybe you want whatever, right? And I get that maybe this isn't, not even maybe, this is not one-to-one with the original trilogy of games. Those were single player experiences, and you got the narrative told consistently. You can always go back to it. This is not that. I understand that component of it. But it just feels very silly to me to say like there has to be a single player campaign. There has to be a solo narrative experience available. And I mean, I just think, I think most of those people saying that are coming from a place of either they haven't played an extraction game before, so they don't kind of understand how it could work, or they're parroting ideas from people who have played the originals and think that this isn't in line with them. I get that some people won't be able to experience certain components of this because they don't want to play PvP, and I just think that's okay. Like some things are not for everybody, and I think there's a very cool opportunity to tell a story here in a way that isn't available on a wider market, especially with the depth that they are doing it. 100% as a Destiny vet, I want Marathon to succeed because it means Bungie gets more funding for Destiny. There you go, Duel. They mentioned a beta release date. No, they did not, Cone. I think it's going to be August. Don't understand why our old community can be so unreasonable. Yeah, it happens. You know, and honestly, Rungus, I think like coming at it from like an outside perspective, the thing that I like compare it to is like World of Warcraft. I played World of Warcraft very early on, like 2006, maybe it came in 2004. Is that right? Prior to Burning Crusade, right? I was very young, so my involvement with the community is probably very limited. But I got off probably right after Lich King, right? But to see how that community has changed over time, it just feels like a consequence of if you have something, and I fucking crew filled. And they just heard me say that. Oh no. I think it's just a consequence of, you know,
Warning. Localized
if you
risk assessment advised.
if you have a project in the gaming space, maybe more generally, that's super successful, you're gonna get people invested in that who are going to disagree with decisions that you make at some point, and those people are going to be very vocal about that, and sometimes the way that they choose to communicate is not going to be respectful or kind or reasonable in a lot of ways that a smaller gamer community might have. And so like I don't hold that against the community or an idea. I just think it's a natural consequence of, I have not rocked a railgun at all this alpha, so why not? It's just a natural consequence of a game getting very popular. Bang. And it's just something that naturally will happen. I do think that by having positive voices in the community and like having people who like are reasonable about things that are problems and things that aren't as big of a deal, I think that tide can shift. And I think there's a lot of content creators who do kind of approach it in a very reasonable way and point out the things that Bungie does that they don't appreciate and think are wrong, and while also like being realistic about the game and what it has to offer. New players Marathon is all Sony's money, baby. Destiny ain't getting nothing from Marathon. I'm sure positive stuff for Marathon means positive stuff for everybody. I'm sure. Hope the Edge of Fate pre-order for Destiny comes with a UESC Sparrow that's in the game. Yeah, that would be cool. I thought we kind of were thinking that that was going to be attached to the Marathon pre-order. Is this a bot here?
Camo filter engaged.
Oh yeah, it is. What does it take? Oh, volt cells? Oh, I think I missed some of those earlier. Ooh. Alright, wait, hold on. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter since they're all gonna get that stuff tomorrow. Making friends, I'm trying. I don't even know why I'm taking that. I can't even, I'm not even gonna take anything here. I'm gonna take that. Did you get everything? Hopefully you did. Got oh, I know the railgun here. Here, wait, look at the full charge up too here. Boom. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Love the positivity. I just try to be realistic. I mean, I think like I said, there are very valid complaints and criticisms, and Bungie has been very responsive to those. And I think they'll listen and try to create an experience that people connect with. But also, you know, some people on the internet like getting a little zesty, maybe that's the wrong word, a little excited about their interests, which I respect. It means people care, and that's cool. It's cool to care about things. Is a Marathon what Dado is to Destiny? Level-headed opinion that understands business. Well, I appreciate that. Dado seems like a very cool guy. I appreciate the comparison. I'll try to live up to it. Elitist Jake win. I'm too lame. I'm too lame to be elitist. Oh my god. Oh wait, I've never gotten in there. That might be kind of a crazy goated hiding spot actually for when people are in here. Is this Splatoon stream or what? Preem after the alpha, I'll look into it. Oh, I hear people in there.
Warning, reinforcements detected.
Ooh, that's my tab. Didn't hit anybody. Oh, I did. I hit one. Well, that's compelling. That's compelling. I do wonder if they're going to delay it. It's fear me. Dual masks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Do wonder if they are going to delay it. I don't think they're going to delay it, and I think that at least the article I read was from Paul Tassi talking about like, oh, they should delay it or some sort of language like that. And I think oh my god, they're coming right on us. All right, here we go. I think there was a guy who responded to Paul Tassi's tweet when he tweeted out that article that I think was a pretty good perspective on that. Ryan Gilliam, who he was streaming the other day. He was a Polygon writer who just got laid off. So if you guys do see his Twitch or anything, maybe give him some support. Okay, I guess I didn't really do a lot to help there. But I just think that it's a little silly to claim that. I'm gonna take the Claymore though, because I love the Claymore, baby. I bet if I put a Claymore on top of here, can I? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh my god, it goes inside of it. Oh, that's devious. That is devious. But he pointed out, I was like, it's kind of silly to call for a game to be delayed unless you're like citing some sort of insider that's making some sort of statement about the state of the game. I think that obviously we're playing, when I was playing my build, right, 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever it was, right, when I was playing my first initial playtest of the game, I was playing that build, the whatever they call winter build maybe, and they were playing this version. So this version, from my understanding, and I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this, and I think they've talked about, is like, I think they said this version is 2 months old. When I was playing, that's what they were playing, this version. I don't think that the types of changes that need to be made, because the types of changes that need to be made, I think, are all around content, adding content to the game, you know, adding these finished textures to the game, matte stuff like this. I think that all feels like stuff that can be added by the September by the September launch window. I think that is a solo void. That's my guess here. My guess is a solo void there. Regular post-launch updates, 100% better than delaying the game. Yeah, I agree. Oh. Good snipes, good snipes. You can't be mad at it. We'll see if my teammates pick me up here. It was an accidental crew fill. What can you do? I wasn't dialed in. Nice, nice. Getting that smoke. Good stuff, good stuff. Not to rag on Paul Tassi too much, but for years I felt all he does is echo Destiny player-based sentiments. That could be, how's it going, Craft? That could be the case. And you know, another thing though, I feel like I have to like recognize my, well, one, my bias when it comes to Marathon, because obviously like I like Marathon, I want to succeed, I, you know, care about the project, all that. But also with Paul Tassi, I do feel like I'm a little biased to his opinions because of just his tone of voice is very like monotone, and so I feel like, oh my god, I almost got smacked again. Ooh, to the right side. Got the paint off at least. No heals. Oh shit, they're getting me up again. I don't predict a heavy September or October for Destiny, so I'm looking forward to seeing how Bungie changes comms with 2 games. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it will be very interesting to see generally how they approach running 2 games at once, right? Oh my god. Okay, I think there are 4 teams. I think there's us, this team. I think there's a separate team in Overflow, and I think there's a 3rd team over there. You can't kill me. Only I can kill me. So your bias, in my opinion, of the game will potentially be good as defunct. I'm sorry, Craft. I'm sorry. Oh, one of our buddies is still up, or is this someone else? Oh, we'll watch him. We'll watch him. GG's. GG's indeed. But I do think when I hear Paul Tassi say things or I watch his videos, sometimes I think like, oh man, like, it just seems like so overwhelmingly negative. But then I have to like take a step back and be like, okay, maybe it's just his affectation, maybe. Are we counting that one? I accidentally crew filled. Okay, crew fills off. All right. Here we go. 0-0, baby. It's happening. They seem confident, and so am I. Everyone calling for delays, making some large-scale assumptions. Yeah, true. Kind of sad there were no alpha feedback channels, only for people that had access in the Discord. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. There's a separate alpha feedback form as well through the thing that we can get to. Definitely always just chimes in on the negative. Don't think I've ever seen him say a good thing ever. Yeah, and like I don't think it's a negative thing. I just think a lot of the opinions are really, people are just parroting a lot of stuff that they're hearing, which I think is fine. I think it's fine as a someone who's covering video games or talking about games or stuff. Like, I think it's fine to like go online and see what people are saying, because that obviously holds some weight. I'm sure it holds weight at Bungie. I'm sure Bungie is reading these things and trying to, you know, read the temperature of the room and see kind of how people are responding to certain things. But then it's like, once that kind of delves into a category that you're, you know, acutely familiar with or aware of, then you start to realize like, okay, well, maybe a lot of these opinions might not hold as much weight as you would think. I mean, like I said a little bit earlier, like so many very, very prevalent people talking about the narrative stuff. And it's like, every time I hear that, it's like, whether it's Skill Up or Hidden Experience saying it has to have a solo campaign or something. Like, I'm nothing against these people, but it's just like, I feel like those people are very out of touch with the narrative experience that's being offered, because And this is fair and rightfully so. It's like you haven't spent a lot of time diving into what they're doing. They're trying to tell a complex story that's not right in front of you, that you have to kind of read into and draw conclusions from and stuff. And I feel like the beauty of that and how that could work in this context kind of lost on a lot of people. Eczema, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Looking forward to a game. Destiny can be a beast, but right now is a good time to check it out with narrative threads. Changing with new DLC. Yeah, it is fun. It is fun to get in Destiny. Prior to the Marathon Alpha, I was doing a lot of episode heresy. I'm very excited for the battle bots, which I haven't finished yet, so I'm gonna have to do the end of the narrative stuff with that as well. Don't even want solo queue, let alone a solo story. Yeah, I agree. Nothing like Marathon from 30 years ago. It's not giving me walls of text outside a gunfight for its story. I know, which even that, right? There you go. Craft's like, actually, it is doing literally that. Soul Series gets praised for how it tells its cryptic story. Praise, yeah, exactly, Zach. Exactly, and I think some of that stuff is being overlooked because once again, people, it's not super easy. Like it is a little obtuse, which I think is going to that's going to be the thing about it that gives it legs, I think, and I think a lot of people are going to appreciate that. But you're also going to have a certain group of people who are coming in and like aren't ever going to give it a chance for that potentially, or they're going to hear other people who are seemingly knowledgeable on that topic parrot these things and go, okay, yeah, well, if that lore guy doesn't think that they're telling the story in the right way, then why would I try to invest in it or try to understand it? Which is a reasonable take for people to have. It's like, you know, and I don't have the time to, like, if there's every one of those people, you know, if there's like some really big streamer content person who's like, they've really strayed away from the narrative stylings of the originals. It's like, okay, well, listen, I would love to sit down with you for an hour and a half, and I can tell you some shit that I think, if you are a fan of some of this narrative stuff, really is gonna excite you and kind of blow your mind in the direction how they're exploring things. But they and I do not have the time to do that. So hopefully the right people, you know, maybe a select group of individuals can kind of do a little bit of the back end work to understand how some of that is coming together and appreciate it a little bit more. And I'll keep trying to fight the good fight on that end for us, but you know, it is what it is. Also, I think Bungie should be aware that, hey, if you're doing something that's unique in the sense of how you're going to tell this story and how much depth there is to it, I agree that, like, the way you're presenting it is cool, but at some point you're gonna need to give people an entry point for that, which is why I really wish they included the terminal screen that included a lot of the narrative stuff in the first playtest that I did of Marathon, because I think that could have been the entry point for people to click around and explore a in-universe terminal to learn some of the back, you know, history of things. It could have been cool. Ray of the Nine and BattleBots Crucible is going to be a good couple months. Yeah, I mean, I am incredibly excited for the BattleBots. Okay, players here. Oh shit. A void in there? Oh my god, and a blackbird?
There is a nearby profit opportunity.
I'm sorry, I'm not even fighting you. I don't know why I did that. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. My knife got hungry. I'm solo, I have nothing. Oh no. Okay, wait. Hold on. The bush camp has worked. Actra, how's it going? Locus was so confused. I know, they're fighting a different team in there. Millie, how's it going? I'm doing well. The urge to stab is far too strong. My bush tactics are coming in clutch right now. I think cinematic cutscenes for priority contract completion instead of generic text reading could be a cooler way to tell the narrative. Also, would be nice to let us go back and rewatch them. All stuff that the terminal, I think, will fulfill, Lockshot. And I hope you're doing well. Also, Joseph Cross did say in one of the Q&As, I can't recall, that the assets that we're getting for Gaius and Vulcan are not finished. There are going to be variations and iterations on those. I also believe he had said at a certain point that there are going to be video, visual, and audio. Like that's going to be a multimedia situation. So there are going to be additional components to that. So what you're saying, from what I have heard Joseph Cross say, is something is coming. Going insane. What is this about a terminal? Craft. Okay, so in the version of the game I played, I guess maybe some people haven't heard this. In the version, how's the gaming going? We're doing some solo starting with 0 runs. We've had some success. I think we've had up to a 2 streak exfil, or no, only a 1 streak. Oh, we died in the exfil on our 2 streak. We've gotten a blue shield. We've gotten some good stuff, but mostly being scared and dying. We've had some really good Heidi plays, some really good knife stuff as well. In the version of the game I played prior to this alpha playtest, okay. Okay, I think they think it left. There was a terminal screen, so separate from the faction screen and the upgrade screen. There's a separate screen that was an in-universe terminal that you could click through and read the priority contract entries. There were some other things that were locked and not accessible, but it seemed like basically there were like 2 kind of swings of it. There was one that was like a UESC terminal that seemed like you were going to be able to manipulate when you unlock stuff later, that maybe give you access to separate data files, and then also a separate terminal screen that had all of the terminal text entries included in them, like almost in order as to how the story was being told. And it was very, very rad. I'm a little upset that it was in here, but I get that it's probably something they're doing some back end work on. And I did give some very strong feedback about how much I liked that and how much I thought that was going to bridge the narrative gap for a lot of people. Would like a solo queue, but it might not work with heroes because everybody would play same hero, Void. Yeah, so our thinking was they should do a solo only map. I do think in a solo only map it would be more viable. Oh, is that him again? No. Was that the Locust again? Yeah, they got the TAD going. Maybe as soon as the TAD ends, I go in and they have like a little bit of security. Want solo viability, I think start with some revive rework and go from there. I just think the problem with the solo stuff is going to be, like, if you have a solo only queue, you'd have to rework all the loot on every map, because I've said this a few times. I know that some people disagree, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but my perspective is that solos... Oh shit. Guy just fixed his shield right there. Okay. Is it a team fight going on? A really good player would be in every solo game, and they would have free reign on the loot. So you'd have to go back and redistribute all of the loot, even for the stuff that's money, for the stuff that's weapons, implants, everything, because all of the really good players would just load into solos, get the whole map to themselves, basically, loot all the good stuff, and then drop into trios with excellent stuff. That's my thinking. Out here, actual solo, yes, Wozy. Solo with nothing. We've gotten a few good exfils. Okay. What is that noise? Oh, there's bags here. Okay, come on. Okay, got an overrun. No ammo. GG's. Okay, double overruns. 10 rounds in this one. Okay, I guess I should stick with a knife. Damn, they looted those guys. A gold key that removes UESC from the map for the run. Okay, that could be interesting. Yeah, but see, I think it would be a rework of an entire map. I think that instead of messing with the loot distribution, I think they hone in on making the maps that they have viable for the game mode that they intended, and then I think after that they focus on releasing a map that offers a different option of play. Oh my fucking god. No grenades. Is that the same locus? Okay, so 1, 2. So this is potentially the third team, including me, which means there might be 2 more teams on the map outside of what we've seen. Love being here because 90% of the time it's marathon. So many arc raiders right now. Give me a 4 crystal knife, could be sick. We also need a blue fork knife. I can just imagine knife cosmetics. Yeah, that'd be good. Did anyone find out what the button from last night does? Okay, Joku did message a dev asking, and I don't know if he's gotten a response yet. But we tried finding stuff that was connected to the same thing. One way, I'm just listening. But it did not seem to activate the vending machine. We thought it was going to unlock a vending machine that had a similar item next to it. Is something like are they doing like an event here? Like, am I? Oh shit! Right above me. Okay. Okay, I'm watching it. If it doesn't get shot at. Revives any reworks. Reviving someone from this hopefully temporary duffel bag asset that is barely less of a punishment than reviving someone down. So after the first few days, they changed it so that you come back with 0 or like 10 HP or something. So the rework was, because it used to be that they came back with full, or you came back with like mostly full or something. So the rework was they still want to be able to, like, they don't ever want a situation where you lose a teammate and like that teammate is just like gone, right? I don't think they want that. But now to make it a little more viable, see, I want to see if someone shoots that anywhere. Was this a separate one? Okay, maybe we go for that then. Oh my god, what is it doing? Parkour? Crazy parkour? But yeah, so the rework was that it wouldn't chill. It wouldn't bring you back with as much health, so you had very low health. Oh shit, okay, that's a team. Oh my god, I'm stuck in infinity. Happens. So now you can get the revive off the... Okay, so one team's dead, one team X-filled, one team over here. Okay. I'm gonna not move at all and just see if they run by me. Do I have a grenade? Oh, I don't have any grenades. Oh, is that a blackbird? Uh-oh. So that's the rework right now, is they made it so that when you bring them up, they have very low health. So like, yeah, you get your teammate in the fight. It takes longer, and they're not going to immediately be able to like get into an engagement, basically. Change the self-revive to just a revive that is used. Pick yourself up fully downed. Okay. That way, if you down someone, they have to expend a resource to get them back up. That way you can rotate and not feel like you made no progress on the fight. Interesting. Okay, so maybe if they made the revive slow, they don't want to lock anybody to being in a match and they can only view their teammates. That is for sure they're thinking on that, which I'm not opposed to. Okay, it seems like they're going the other way. Oh shit. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I'm not gonna move. I just moved after I said that. Okay, I'm just gonna hold right here. Oh my fucking god, they're so close to me. If I had a grenade, this would be beautiful. Oh no, oh my god. Someone is walking very quietly next to me. Oh my golly. Hopefully we don't get in a team fight right now. And now someone is at North Relay. It's the timing though, okay. You're so hyped for burger. I was, Preem. I wish we would have got that T9 burger for pressing the button. Revive meter status should stay either. Oh, that's a good point. I could see that. It's interesting. Extraction players that exist love the permadeath mid raid, but all my friends hate the idea of being sidelined till everyone extraction die. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a bummer, especially in games like Tarkov, which are so already. I mean, even this is like a 20-minute timer. Do you want to spend 20 minutes of your time gaming trying to like just watch your friend, basically? I mean, that kind of sucks, right? I'm gonna try to exfil with them and get all this goody stuff here. Oh my god, oh, I don't need that though. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I got too close. Oh no. Wait, so that must have been another team extracting. That's so funny. That's so funny. They're getting the loot that they just didn't want. That's so funny. I want to see if this is their exfil. Cuz if it was someone else's exfil. Stonker Shadow of Talsetti. Oh, it was their exfil. Did they miss it? Oh my god, they missed. Only one of their teammates got out. Oh, that's fucking funny. Well, at least I made them miss their exfil. Now they're down a teammate. I get that and do agree. I'd even be okay with them making it fairly common drop. Okay. Just something they have to make space for in the pack, could potentially run out. Have to get another one somewhere after the fight. If they were like super common. Kind of exhilarating watching my friend try to maneuver through BS to try and get me revived if he caught my card in Apex. I think, but you know, I'm having a lot of those moments this way. Damn, I can't believe I got too close. I thought they would have been closer to the extract. I mean, they should have been, right? So I guess I was right. They were wrong. I'm kind of having those moments, honestly. Already I'm having the moments where it's like my friends are trying to run around the map and get to a place where they could extract or revive me, I mean. So I guess I think that's gonna be my last one for tonight, guys. I appreciate you all hanging out. Always fun. I'm gonna have a good time. I will be doing more marathon tomorrow with Sado, since we're going to have all the craziness going on. Earlier in the streams, I know some of you may have missed it, but we had a crazy hiding fiasco with Bog on my dog, so I think I'm gonna send you guys over there to do a little fork raid on Bog, since he was so kind as to miss me and leave me alive. So, but yeah, tomorrow and the day after that, I should be playing with Sado and probably Brindy. We'll be pushing hard on these incursions and harder bots and stuff. But I appreciate all you guys, and I appreciate the conversation. I know everything's always in a weird spot, and there's a lot of conversation around this, so I'm glad we have a space to collaborate and share our thoughts on that, and everyone's very kind, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to Bog now. Good luck. Tell him the fork sent you. Tell him I hope no other voids hide in the bushes and confuse him too much, all right, on his runs. But I appreciate you guys, everybody. Have a good night.